You bloody legends are back in live and in living color. I'm back in my desk, my table, whatever it is. I'm very much cleaned up. I turned my stuff around. My new laptop is right here. And for the time being, my background is a little bit cluster F, and I'll explain why. I'm going to step out so you can see, because it almost kind of looks like I am on a green screen. But with the great help of a former coworker, I happen to manage to take and pretty much confiscate, if you will, one of the last remainings of the place that I like to refer to as the other place. It's nothing crazy, but it does help my jersey collection out fairly decent. Yes, I am a little short of room, but I like it. Let's do a short video, people. Let's go to work. And as always, if you guys do in fact continue to support the channel, come in and jump every now and then, and just to take a couple quick minutes out of your time just to say hello, check out and see what bantering this weirdo has been doing. We, as always, we appreciate you. There is a thing called a subscribe button. Please hit that if you want to see more and be alerted when new content comes out. And also, every time you ever see something crazy come up and it gets a good sniffle and good enough to get a good chuckle out of you, chuck a like on there and throw a comment as well. But as you can tell, I'm not going to make this a super long video just because there's too many things going on right now. I've had a lot of stuff. I almost started getting sick again. But bearing with the fact that I have done so much over this last week, kind of want to take a little bit of a setback, because I do have some stuff coming out. I even have some stuff from my wonderful, great executive director, who very well has given me permission to put it out on the channel down the road. And it happens to be some old dance routine stuff we used to do. People, 80s prom people, wherever you're at, get back to work. We need them back, because us b-boys, we need something to do besides go to hole-in-the-wall bars. In any event, basically I want to throw a small hockey take on this channel real quick, and I'm going to get you guys back out onto whatever you're doing, because yes, my background's going to be a little bit contaminated, a little bit, just because I have this new rack back here. It's going to have my jersey collection back here, because I will do some jersey content down the road, because I am slowly going to start getting some new stuff. May have to buy a new monitor to start being able to put some actual stuff on the screen for you guys. And sooner or later, the podcasts are coming, because my cousin is coming. It will be the very first podcast coming up. It will be coming down the road, unless this just happens to be somewhat future me. You'll see it. Anyway, with this quick take, I'm wearing Penguin stuff. Not that it really matters, and I just switched that because, I don't know, I'm a magician for some god reason. But people, this goes back to the very first video I ever did. And in one of my videos, I recently got basically a late Christmas present from a good friend of mine named Jody, who basically pretty much gave me kind of some leftovers, and including another Coyotes jersey. Can't thank her enough. She's a great friend. Hope we have her on the channel. But I've been recently jumping on a bunch of different stuff lately, and quite honestly, it is all about what the Coyotes are doing. There's too many things involved. There's too many things putting forward. And I know the Coyotes are still a good brand. I love the Kachina. I love seeing what they do on and off. And it's just, I just find so many different things to watch and look at and seeing what's going on. But they just had the All-Star break in Toronto, and Justin Bieber had to perform. Can't Justin Bieber either go away or just be? He's trying to be a normal human being. That remember, guys, that doesn't work anymore. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, the Arizona Coyotes need to figure out where they're going, and The ownership is pretty much feeling like one of those people who are being pulled over by law enforcement and figure that they don't have to answer to them until their window breaks. So right now, the cop is basically putting out the baton and tapping on the window. In a matter of speaking, I'll try to make this real quick because there's another thing I'll put out. They need to make a decision real quick because there is a spot somewhere outside Interstate 101, outside North Phoenix and near Scottsdale, that is land available that they are trying to propose to put in. If they're able to put that in and get proposal and get approval from the state of Arizona, they can build that place and be ready by 2027. There was also rumors going about land in Mesa and in South Phoenix, and they tried Scottsdale, they tried Tempe, and the Tempe thing fell through because I don't know if Arizona wants to even do anything. What are you lollygagging about? You either want to stay or you want to pack your stuff and move, because there's a couple cities that are willing to take you like that. And I was mentioning Houston a long time ago, but Houston hasn't basically hasn't really jumped down and said, "I'll take it." They're the fourth biggest city in the U.S. and they need to figure out if they even want hockey. I think they should take them and become the Houston Aeros. But then, please remember, I really don't want them to move because the Coyotes are a brand. People and jersey content collectors and jersey collectors love the Kachina, love the reverse retros that came out. And, it's just nice to see it. Plus the Arizona Coyotes are actually not that bad this year. They're really not. They're actually in the borderline of playoff contention, wild card type of thing right now. But it's just seriously god awful. You're playing in a 5,000 seat barn. It's fun if you're in the college area, but you got to clean that up. You got to get to a bigger place. So what is the next thing you do on this? Well, that brings me to the second piece, and I'll probably collaborate in. There is some interesting things going on that if Houston doesn't stick their nose, doesn't jump back into the water about this, Utah has put their name in. The owner of the Utah Jazz has dipped their toes in the water and thought, we're getting the Olympics in 2030. We would not mind having you guys come here. Maybe we'll rebrand. Maybe we rebrand. We might be getting Major League Baseball expansion. Utah right now is an interesting take because now with expansion lurming around, with Atlanta starting to throw their cards into the pot and whatever, Atlanta's trying to get back into the league. Utah is starting to become very interesting. Remember on previous videos that I have done, I predicted if they went to 36 teams, I predicted Houston, Kansas City, Quebec, and Hartford. Obviously, Gary Bettman will never let Quebec back into the league. Hartford might be too small of a market, and I miss the Whalers majorly. And it's not the same when it's in Carolina. I know it's the same team, but it's not the same. Kansas City has a building that they need to use. Nobody wants to have hockey there, but they can easily do it. And Houston's just sitting there as the fourth biggest city in the entire U.S., and they could have all five if they get hockey. And they have ice ready to go if they want to use it in Toyota Center. But Utah is very, very interesting. Midwest can have Colorado, Vegas, maybe outside up north in Minnesota and the northern parts. They can have a little bit, maybe even Dallas, maybe even St. Louis to have a little bit of that Midwest type of collab. Utah is not a terrible idea. So, guys, I want your opinion because I got most of this feed on a guy named Brodie Brazil who does a podcast, and I believe he also works in the Bay Area sports for NBC, and I'll try to do my best to pin that YouTube thing on in the comments because it was very, very interesting of how I saw it. Because nobody really wants to see the Coyotes move, but I would not be the area of seeing them go somewhere else. I'd love to see them stay because it pretty much would be a nice thing to see the Coyotes have a brand new arena. And you get a new arena, then you get personnel to be like, hey, they got a brand new arena up there. It's state of the arts 2024. I wouldn't mind playing there for a little while. So guys, a quick video. What is your take on what you personally think? finally should happen. This is kind of go back to the very, very first video, which was almost 5-6 months ago when I started this channel with my friends. And I'll tell you what, the thing with the expansion is starting to pick up. There's starting to be some smoke, and when there's smoke, there's fire. Now it seems like Utah and it seems like Atlanta could be 33 and 34 very, very soon down the road, maybe at least or as early as 2025 or 26. But who knows? The way of the world. Chuck a comment if you think those two are the best things. Should the Arizona Coyotes, is this whole, let's just put it this way. Don't make this a thing about, I don't know what I'm talking about. Put this thing of this Arizona Coyote thing is getting old, because I don't know the whole thing. I really don't know. Sometimes I look back at that first video and I'm like, I could have done better. But at the same time, now, as I go about at this point, is when I'm doing this video, you guys figure what you think the best move for the Arizona Coyotes is. I wouldn't care if they went to Utah. I wouldn't care if they went to Houston. I wouldn't care if they actually did, in fact, stay in Arizona. What do you guys think of the whole thing? I'm shutting the bar down because I don't want to make this a long video, because we've got stuff to do. It's a beautiful day. And until I see you guys again, the bar is closed, and I will see you, each and every one of you bloody legends, in the next one. And guys, as always, we appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one.